Hey folks, welcome to the Mike Lopez TV Show. I'm your host, ACMike. We'll bring you all things Atlantic City and our local region. Politics, sports, dining, entertainment, and so much more. On tonight's show, we'll be joined by my friend Romesh, owner, operator of Jasmine Desi Asian Grill. So stick around, we'll be right back. Hey folks, welcome back to the show. So glad that you're with us. Listen, we're with Romesh Ruthnaswamy, owner, operator of the Jasmine Desi Asian Grill. Romesh, welcome to the show. So glad to have you here, man.
Mike, always a pleasure to be with you.
Listen, we were just recently on the WOND radio show. Nothing like what we're looking at right now. It's smell-o-vision, as you say. But Romesh, as we go into this interview, first, I would like to get your passion. Where did you start? It wasn't with food. Tell us a little bit about your journey here to where we are today in Galloway.
Well, food's always been a part of my journey. It's like, in terms of what I did, I started working with IT and then I went with healthcare. And after COVID, I decided I needed something different. And I said, okay, since food's always been with me, this is what I was going to get into. And then I happened to meet up with Navjot and Ricky, two amazing partners, two chefs who actually made a perfect deal with us. So here we are with Jasmine Desi Asian Grill, an experience.
True experience. Well, what I want to go is I want to even go back when there was little Romesh. What were you doing then? Tell us, where you were in this world and your experiences to wind up here. And we're going to get to that. But that's what I want to get into to let the folks at home know you a little bit better.
Sure. So I grew up in India. My parents were in India. I was born in a town called Chennai and then lived all my life in Bangalore. Came from two families that my mom's family, my dad's family loved food. All our vacations with all the cousins and uncles and aunts was all around the dinner table. So you got to experience different things, and only thing was that whatever was in your plate had to be finished.
Yeah, right.
You didn't have a choice. So I got a lot of experience in terms of trying different foods, etc., and appreciating and enjoying food. And went from there, studied, went to a Catholic school, Catholic college, finished, did my BSc, then I joined a software company, and this was in the 80s, worked over there, traveled around quite a bit, with my job, I actually went down to Southeast Asia, and that's where I really started exploring food, all the different things, and then traveled all over the place, and then finally moved to this country in '89, moved in and still was with technology. Started off over here in DC, then to New York. Then I ended up in Kansas City.
Barbecue.
Barbecue nation, barbecue. I've never had such good rubs. The barbecue rubs, the barbecue festival, the barbecue competitions that they had in Kansas City, amazing. And the meat was just absolutely fantastic. From there, I moved back to New Jersey, to this area in 2008, and started off with healthcare. A complete change from IT, moved over to healthcare, radiology, and then a couple of years ago decided I had it after COVID. I said I needed to do something that I enjoyed. And then Ricky and Navjot were around. We had this fantastic opportunity and we grabbed onto it. And here we are today, Jasmine Desi Asian Grill.
And I always like talking about that journey. For all of us. And when you were talking about being in India, and it's a funny thing when all of us, whatever ethnicity we are, we're always, man, we eat, I know Spanish. We're we love to sit down and eat. But eating and sitting with family, it's worldwide. It's everywhere. And in the Indian culture, so much, because a few of my friends, I love it. It reminds me quite a bit with a couple of my buddies I grew up with in the Hamilton area. It was just I was wow, that's like my family. But that's food. That's what food does. And whether it's Indian food, Spanish food, American food, Italian. It brings everyone together. And that's where I want to go, because we're going to talk about your inspiration in a little bit, but talk about that relationship with your partners and how they are passionate about what we just spoke about, food.
Yes. So food, yes, you're right. I mean, like from our culture, it's like an integral part of our society. It's an integral part of our family, and that's who we are. So everybody sits around the table. And it's family style. So you have all your dishes like we have them laid out over here, and then everybody eats and talks and converses over there, make relationships over there, build, argue, fight, laugh, everything, you know. But food was what brought everybody together. Like, you could be screaming at each other, but you'd sit down at a table and you'd enjoy a meal together, you know. And Ricky and Navjot, both of them absolutely love Asian food, like Southeast Asian food. Like, you know, Ricky, in fact, he grew up in Nepal. And then from Nepal, he came to India when he was about 15 years old. He worked in this chain of restaurants called the Taj Group. He won a culinary award really young. Shangri-La.
Wait a minute, he looks young.
He is young.
That's amazing.
He is young. I mean, like, but he's got over 25 years of experience in the kitchen. You know, and he comes from a family that loves food. You know, a lot of them are cooks and chefs in their own thing. So he really is passionate about it. Like, you know, he sees things, he's curious, he's inquisitive. And for him, there are two things that are really important: what comes into his kitchen and what leaves his kitchen. You should see him the way he is with his vendors. Like, you know, I need my cabbage like this. I need my cauliflowers like this. This is how my chicken's got to be. Like, you know, he is very, very particular, because at the end of it, it's what he's going to serve. Okay, and he cooks with his heart. You know, so when he was with Shangri-La, he actually worked in Southeast Asia, in Thailand, in Indonesia, Malaysia, and stuff like that. And that's where he also built his passion for Southeast Asian food. Navjot loves traveling, okay, and Southeast Asia is the place where he is. So Navjot is actually has two restaurants in Westchester, in New York. Okay, he's an acclaimed chef. One of his restaurants, the first one he started, Chutney Masala, which was an Indian restaurant. Today is a Michelin Bib Gourmand restaurant. It's been voted the best Westchester restaurant for 8-9 years now on a roll. And he and Ricky happened to get together and start off a restaurant called Sambal, which is a Thai Malay restaurant. You know, again, both their passions are in Southeast Asian food. Like, so they got together, put it. And then Navjot was looking at expanding, like, you know, coming into different areas, etc. We are so blessed that we both got them here. Like, you know, now we've got Jasmine. And one of the big advantages that we had when we took over Goodfellows was the size of the kitchen.
Right.
You know, because here you've got Indian, you've got tandoori, you've got Asian, you've got Thai. Each one is cooked differently, needs different equipment, etc. So our kitchen is large enough to have these 4 areas manned by 4 different chefs at all points in time.
No, and that's the beauty of it. Brought me in recently to the kitchen a few weeks ago, and listen, it was amazing to go in there and see the artistry of Chef Ricky and the others. And what I took notice, and you just touched on it, Romesh, was how, you know, we're talking Indian, Thai, and Asian food, folks. This is not your average, even Indian restaurant or any type. And it's done specifically on that part of the kitchen. It's not that crossing or whatever. Not that I mind. I like mixing stuff together. But that's what I found to be very unique in the size of that.
So it's possible. You can switch around and move things around and have a same person do it. But when you're cooking, now, most of the spices, most of the ingredients are pretty much the same. Okay, there are a lot of subtle differences, like, you know, you have the galangal for the Thai and the Asian food, you have the ginger in Indian food, you use tomatoes in one to get the sourness, in the other you're using lime leaves, kaffir, lemongrass, etc. So similar spices or equivalent spices, but where the difference is in the way it's cooked. Okay, Indian food, it's like braising. You're putting layer over layer over layer of flavor and building a flavor. Okay, so you start off with the onions and you start off with the spices and then keep adding things one on top of the other, and it's braising over a long period of time. Whereas the Asian food, you're cooking on a very high heat and you're tossing, you're agitating these things up. Okay, so like you saw, you know, you've got one hand, you've got the wok, you've got the ladle in the other hand, you're tossing all your ingredients in, your sauces in, and then you're actually using your knee to control the temperature, you know, to increase the heat, decrease the heat, etc. So Asian food, it's like that. It's fast, toss, agitate, add, and it's out. Okay, but Indian food, it's like you're braising, you're waiting to get that smell, you're waiting for it to get that color, you're waiting for it to get that flavor, and then you're adding your next ingredient. So we'd like to keep them all separate.
Right.
You know, and that's why we have 4 different chefs over there at the back with Ricky overseeing everything, like, you know. So that's the difference. And even with the way you cut onions, I mean, like with Asian food, you cut onions differently. With Indian food, you're cutting it differently. So you've got your bain marys at the back that have all their ingredients also cut separately. Yeah.
So Ricky is back there. Like just not too long ago, I had a friend of mine, Dave Damiani, in the No Vacancy Orchestra. He runs an orchestra. He's a maestro. He puts it together. So Ricky's back there directing and watching and giving his inspiration and whatnot. That, again, is something where it takes synergy. I mean, we got all these wonderful plates here, and we're going to talk about them very soon. So you just be patient there, right? That synergy where you have to, because there's got to be communication.
Yes.
That's very key. We got about a minute or two, but talk about that because that has to go on in the kitchen.
That communication, that's where Ricky, I mean, like if you see him when he's working and we are jammed, okay, because you'll have a table coming in ordering, let's say, a katal ki boti, a Chinese bale, a pineapple fried rice. All of them have different cooking times. But that's where the mastery of Ricky comes in. Like, he'd get them all out at the same time. He knows when they have to fire that.
So when one has to go in, has to cook a little longer, don't start that one yet. And I get what you're saying. Listen, it is a wonderful way. It can't be, and I shouldn't say this, but when I'm thinking, I'm just thinking as me, Mike Lopez, can't be easy. Because it has to be timed properly. Again, there's so much going on when you're slammed and you're bringing these different dishes, and each person wants it to be the way they want it, correct? One of the things I noticed about you when I say the way they want it, lots of times in your restaurant, some people feel, not in your restaurant particularly, intimidated because they may look at it, a menu and say, oh, well, I don't know, let me just get the, but what you make it so easy for someone, and your servers and waiters and waiters, yes. Touch on that real quick, though, because that's so important when you come to a unique restaurant like this, to be comfortable and be able to order and listen to what the person is saying.
Exactly. So, and you're right to use the word intimidating, because when you look at some of these things, you look at like rara, goat, man, like your mind starts concocting things up, okay? But you need somebody that would be able to explain it, to understand whether you want a complex dish, you want a simple, flavorful dish, what heat levels you want, what proteins you need, etc. And all our staff are trained really well in terms of like finding out what the customer needs and then making sure that we give it to them. And we cater to all different palates.
And that's the beauty of it. Listen, folks, stay right where you're at. We're going to be right back with Romesh. We're going to talk a little more Jasmine Desi Asian Grill, and we're going to get into what's on this table right here, because I know you've been waiting for here and to want to know what's going on. We'll be right back. Hey folks, welcome back to the show. I'm here with my friend Romesh, owner, operator of Jasmine Desi Asian Grill. Here comes the fun part. Romesh, listen, you take us all around the world. Just that last segment, talk to us a little bit as we go into what we're going to dig into. And I just know that your food, it's something spectacular about it. Talk to us a little bit as we go.
Absolutely, Mike. So it's basically, you want something savory, you want something sweet, you want something salty, you want something spicy, you want something sour. We've got it all at Jasmine Desi Asian Grill. Okay, you've got Asian, you've got Thai, you've got Indian, you've got Indo-Chinese. Every palate we've got something for. Okay, you want it crunchy, you want it crisp, you want it soft, you want it soupy, you have it.
I love
That's what we have over here at that Jasmine.
Well, I love it. So let's dig in over there. Let's go to your right there. We got some beautiful, looks like a plate there. Bring it over. Tell us what we have, and we'll give it a little taste. And again, your portions as you bring that over, and we'll give it a little taste here on the Mike Lopez TV show. It should be a food show, something to think about. We'll talk to the folks over at Stockton about. But yeah, dig into that. And throw a little bit up there, and just talk about it as you go, and I'll let you do it.
Sure. So, Mike, food has to look good, it has to smell good, and above all, it has to taste good. So, what we have over here is the biryani. Now, biryani is a very aromatic, flavor-filled rice, okay, spiced rice. So, this is what we have, okay, the biryani over here. And one of the reasons why we present it this way is since it's such an aromatic food, what we want to do is make sure that you have the full experience of the aromas of biryani itself. Okay, so we actually seal this whole thing and cook it again so that all the flavor stays in it. And once you open it at the table, you'd get this huge whiff of some fantastic aromatic food, okay. And then it also comes with a sauce, which is a yogurt sauce.
I am
That's
a
one of you love your sauces. There you go, Mike.
Love it. And talk to us about the sauce, what we're going in here as I do this little taste test.
Absolutely. So this biryani, it's rice, it's long grain basmati rice, which itself has fantastic flavor in it, and it's very aromatic, and it's cooked with a whole bunch of whole spices itself. So you still get a lot of the aroma as well as the taste. And the sauce is a yogurt-based sauce. It's got cucumbers in it, and it's got fennel seeds as well in it.
The fennel is wonderful. This here, what do we have?
So that's chicken. That's chicken. Nice succulent piece of chicken, well seasoned and cooked to perfection.
I love my chicken, but that's a little bit different than my chicken. Much more flavorful.
Yes.
Like you said, cooked through, tender. We got to move on. I see this pineapple here. Now, what in the world is that?
So, Mike, what we just had was something from India, the biryani. And what we have over here for you is some pineapple fried rice, okay? A Thai dish cooked with love, okay?
Now, this is the way it's served in the restaurant.
Absolutely.
That's wonderful.
Absolutely. Like I said, you have to visually enjoy your food as well. So presentation is a big thing for Ricky, and Ricky is very particular in how it gets plated and comes served to y'all. Okay, so this is, again, rice that's spiced nicely. It's got chunks of pineapple in it. It comes again with two of your sauces. It's got your soy sauce, and then it's got a nice chili sauce as well that adds a bite. Now, one of the big things about all our food is you can choose the spice level. Flavors are there. You can get a dish that has a simple flavor or a dish that has a complex flavor. Okay, the heat is something that we leave up to our clients. They can choose mild, they can choose medium, or they can choose spicy. And above all, if they really want to go there, we've got extra spicy as well.
The shrimp done spectacular. The coconut I taste. The pineapple, of course. Outstanding. Outstanding. What do we have here?
Okay, so now this is something really interesting. So this is for vegetarians and vegans, something special. We've got a dish which is jackfruit. Okay,
Oh.
it's green jackfruit that we take, we marinate it really well.
And explain jackfruit is. I mean, we've seen it in recent years, but let folks know where it comes from.
Absolutely. So jackfruit is a tropical fruit and typically eaten as a fruit which is really sweet. But what we have over here is a green jackfruit. So the green jackfruit is actually like a fruit, like a vegetable that we can take, marinate it, and what you'd really enjoy about this is the texture. You would never believe that it's a vegetable.
No. The flavor, the texture goes right through. It holds.
It holds.
And
yeah.
that sauce, what was the...
So this comes with all our tandoor dishes. Now tandoor is a method of cooking, okay, and it's a clay oven pot, and everything's cooked at a temperature of around 900 degrees Fahrenheit. So it's a real high heat that sears the outside and seals all the moisture and flavor in the dish itself, okay? And all our tandoor dishes come served on a sizzler, and they also come served with two sauces. One's a makhani sauce, which is a tomato, cream, and butter-based sauce with Indian herbs. And then you've got your regular mint, yogurt, and cilantro sauce also to cool it off as
Just
well.
saying that, the butter, the cream, and all that just is wonderful. Very good. Again, one of my favorites when it comes to vegetables. Love vegetables. Of course, we grew up with tons. There was 8 of us. And the specific taste and the punch, the little zing, you know, I taste my mouth. It doesn't just end with the swallow. And I say that in a very, very respectful way. It's delicious. It continues to savory,
Yes.
right?
Yes.
Here, one of my favorites. Listen, let folks know what it is, what's in there. And folks, if you haven't had this, you're going to enjoy this all year round.
Absolutely. So that's an Indian street food. It's called the pani puri. It's a semolina ball that's deep fried. It's filled with potatoes, chickpeas, tomatoes, onions, and tamarind sauce, okay? And it comes with a cold gazpacho. The cold gazpacho is mint, cilantro, green chilies, black salt, and gram flour balls in it.
Yep.
So pop the whole thing into your mouth.
What you do is you pop the whole thing. He made sure, he told me this when I visited a while ago, and it just explodes.
Yeah. So what you get over here is an evolution. You get flavors that just keep growing as you take each bite. You get the crunchy of the semolina ball, then you get the potato, then you get the chickpea, then you get the onions, then you get the tomato. Everything, each bite kind of evolves in your mouth and keeps changing, you know, and that is something that's fantastic.
Food can be fun. Food can definitely be fun. Here, I recognize what we got going on.
Yes.
We have, go ahead.
These are the dumplings. These are the dumplings.
And the garnish, wonderful.
Carrots and beets. You can't go wrong with that. So the dumplings are something that we make in-house. Everything that we do over here is all made in-house itself. Like, you know, it's not a frozen piece that we're getting. We actually handcraft them. And Ricky's over there watching like a hawk, like, you know, making sure that it's pinched correctly, it's stuffed correctly, the stuffing is perfect, and that's what you get, like, you know. And then the two sauces that come with it, one's a sriracha-based sauce and one's a soy-based sauce. Now, it's not just sriracha sauce, it's sriracha with love that Ricky's put in, added ingredients, etc., to enhance things, you know, to give it a different flavor in there.
It's, like I said, love sriracha. And there's something definitely, I know you just touched on it. So when you get these sauces, they're explained as well. And folks, you will travel, I mean, just wherever it is where you're coming from, when you land here, it's a different country. I kid you not when I say that with Ricky. Here's one of my favorite dishes as well. Talk to our listening audience and our viewing audience what we got here.
This is something special again. You know, it's a favorite with most people who've tried it. It's the lotus root. Okay, so there are a lot of things that we have on our menu, like the lotus root or the jackfruit or the pineapple. All these are very different. Like, you know, the lotus root is a tuber. What we do is it's a disc that we take, we deep fry it with a batter, and then toss it in a honey chili garlic sauce.
That should be eaten on Sundays for football, in American football.
It's fantastic, and you can put as much spice that you want in it.
That's so good.
Yeah.
Talk to us about crunch. You talk crunch.
This is crunch, okay? Crunch is when you have crunch of something that's deep fried, like a rice noodle. You've got crunch of fresh veggies. You've got a sauce that is so unique, and then you've got all your shredded vegetables in it. Now this is it's a concoction of Ricky's that he's put together. It's sauce, it's an Indo-Chinese kind of a thing. It's got a little bit of Asian seasoning. It's got the Indian components in it, and it's got the fried Chinese noodle. So this is bringing it all together.
This is Chef Ricky's concoction, his invention. And this is amazing. Again, folks, if you like crunch, if you like flavor, the vegetable, I mean, it's amazing. Again, it continues to go as it goes down, the flavors, and you salivate in such a great way with it. And I smile. I sit here and it's just different in the sense that the vegetables, everything's cooked properly, the timing.
Absolutely. That's one of the, when we started this, the whole idea was that we needed something different. I mean, like, I was tired of driving all the way to Philly or New York or Edison, etc. for good food. You spend an hour and a half and then you're not sure whether you can get something. And we needed something like this in this area. You know, people just love to experience something different. Like, you know, they're willing to try. They didn't have the option. But now we've got the option. Whether you're vegan, you're vegetarian, you're a carnivore, you eat only halal meat, we've got it all for you. Like, you know, whether you like it spicy, you like it bland, you like it mild, you like it extra spicy, it's all there.
Listen, I want to thank you for coming out, Jasmine Desi Asian Grill. Folks, 100% ACMike approved. Romesh, thank you so much. We'll continue this as we go into the spring and the summer. Folks, what an experience this was. One of my favorite shows ever. I want to thank you, my friend.
Thank you, Mike.
There you go, folks. Romesh, owner and operator of the Jasmine Desi Asian Grill in Galloway Township. Love it. Again, for the second time, 100% ACMike approved. Stay right where you're at. We'll be right back. Hey folks, it's our belief here at the Mike Lopez TV Show that you, the viewers and our guests, bring the show to life. Thanks to each and every one of you for joining us. To learn more about ACMike, you can go to acmikej.com. On Facebook, ACMike, Mike Lopez, and LiveWorkPlayAC. And on Instagram, you could find us at ACMikeNJ. If you enjoyed watching today's show, you can also listen to my radio show on 1400 and 92.3. WONDradio.com on the World Wide Web. That's Monday through Friday, noon till 1 p.m. And folks, always remember to live, work, play, AC. I'll see you on the 48.